every Saturday, there is a wedding to attend. A lot of people are getting married. But on the other hand, a lot of people are also getting divorced. Now, globally, there is an alarming increase in the rate of divorce. Now, the Catholic Church's response to this has been to be proactive in, preparing couples for marriage through marriage counseling classes that, last, say, 12 weeks, at least in my own parish, so that the intending couples understand what it is they're going into and, they don't get into it in a rush. But then we still get this question, as a Catholic, can I get a divorce? Hi Saints, my name is Marianne Ushi and this is Catholic Faith Forum. Our topic today is, can I get a divorce in the Catholic Church? And I have an amazing guest here to discuss this topic with me. But as usual, you'll be meeting my guest right after this break. So do not go anywhere. I'll be right back. Welcome back, Saints. This is Catholic Faith Forum. Our topic for today is, can I get a divorce in the Catholic Church? And I have an amazing guest here to discuss this topic, break it down for us as it is. He is a marriage counselor, the chairman liturgical committee of St. Dominic's Catholic Church, and he's also a member of the board of lectors. When he's not doing all of this, he's a lecturer of philosophy at the Pan-Atlantic University, and he is also an events decorator. I'm talking about Mr. Andrew Onwudinjo. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look amazing.
Thank you. And you too.
Okay, so little secret. He said he's afraid. But now, are you still afraid? Because I feel like, you should already be, easing into it and all of that. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
And you?
I'm good. You see, you're fine. Don't worry, you got this. Okay, so tell me, when you're not a marriage counselor, when you're not, in church doing your liturgical committee work, what do you do? How do you spend your week?
My week, I'm busy with students at the Pan-Atlantic University. I lecture philosophy in the Institute of Humanities and also helping to form the young minds, bring them up to speed on different things in the world of today.
Okay, nice. So she helping to nurture young minds. Okay, tell me, why exactly did you decide to become a marriage counselor?
It's funny and tricky. It was 2013, okay. And I saw the advert put up in the circular for the month that you could go for the training at the MAE, that's Church and Society, the Family and Human Life Unit of the Catholic Archdiocese of Lagos. And I looked at the criteria. You could be married, not married, and you could attend the class and also be able to impact to those upcoming to get married in the church. And so I took the course and graduated from the course. So this 10 years ago,
wow.
I graduated from the course.
That's lovely. I like the fact that you have to go through trainings and all of that. You don't just come out and say,
yes, and we also go back for other trainings and all that, like in counseling, basic Christian counseling, also done that, and other kinds of counseling to help with marriage and other things. And so it's useful to me in helping the young mind and also the adult mind.
Okay, so yes, I got the right guest. Glad that I did. All right, let's get right into it. What is the sacrament of holy matrimony?
The sacrament of holy matrimony is a covenant between two baptized Catholics, which makes it a sacrament. Now, on the other side, we could have a disparity of cult where a Catholic is marrying a non-Catholic. And it is welcome, but there are other things the non-Catholic has to go through to be able to go into this marriage. But the church welcomes everyone. In some cases, you see the non-Catholic converts to become a Catholic, and in some cases, the non-Catholic remains and practices his or her faith, and while the Catholic is allowed to practice her faith or his faith. And so now the question comes, where do the children go?
Okay, so what do we now have in place of? Because I mean, is it that the Catholic Church expects that all marriages would, go smoothly? There should be, something that the Catholic Church should allow, I guess, in some cases.
Well, saying that the Catholic Church should allow, before you entered something, you saw the signboard, saw what it says, and
some people may not see the signboard.
Some people don't see the signboard.
Inside signboard.
Well, welcome to the club. If they don't see the signboard, they need to see the signboard, and that's why you have the marriage class.
Okay.
And some people escape from the marriage class. Some others just come to sign the paper and go away, sign attendance and go away. Some don't even participate very well. Who is this person teaching me? It's not up to my class and it's teaching me marriage class. I already know what I want to go into. Please give me this thing, wed me. And when the wedding starts, marriage starts, after the wedding, life shows up.
Kasala.
And we are at this stage of divorce. Now, many people are confusing some things.
Yeah.
Annulment is not an escape route or an alternative to divorce. Divorce is divorce. Annulment is annulment.
Okay, so the church gives allows, or rather gives.
The church gives annulment, but it does not take the place of divorce.
Okay.
It does not.
All right, I'm coming back. You're going to help me explain those two terms. But before that, let's find out who our saint of the week is. So over to you, Evelyn.
Our saint of the week is Saint Hilary Poitiers. Born into a wealthy pagan family in Poitiers, France, Hilary was well educated in the classics. As he looked into his own soul, however, he knew that he did not exist for the sole purpose of seeking pleasure, enjoying leisure, obtaining wealth, or merely satisfying his fleshly desires. Hilary reasoned that the human soul did not exist simply to die. Instead, it must exist for something more, something eternal, something glorious. When his pagan culture did not suffice and philosophy fell short, Hilary finally found what he was searching for when he stumbled upon the scriptures. Hilary was first struck by the mysterious name of God in the Old Testament. I am who I am. God had revealed himself as eternal, without beginning or end, existence itself. Then Hilary discovered the Son of God in the Gospel of John chapter 1, verse 1 to verse 14. Of this discovery, Hilary said, "My soul measured the mighty workings of God, wrought on the scale of his eternal omnipotence, by a boundless faith, that God was in the beginning with God, and that the world became flesh and dwelt among us." Hilary had the will to believe, and in the years that followed, he was given the power and gift to understand the beauty, mystery, omnipotence, and nature of the most holy Trinity. Shortly after these discoveries of faith, Hilary was baptized a Christian and went on to defend the doctrine of the Trinity against the insanity and ignorance of men. He so impressed the faithful that they chose him to be their bishop, a dignity to which he reluctantly agreed. Among those who shared in the insanity and ignorance of that time were a group of bishops and laity who followed the heresy of Arianism, which denied the divinity of Christ, instead holding that the Son was inferior to the Father. This heresy was especially strong in the Eastern Church, but was starting to spread throughout France. Hilary was a bishop for only about 5 years when the emperor and Arian himself ordered every bishop to pledge their support for this heresy. Hilary refused. Instead, he vigorously defended the truth and for his brave stance was exiled to Phrygia in modern-day Turkey. In his love and providence, God used Hilary's time of exile in powerful ways. While in Phrygia, Bishop Hilary spent much time studying and writing. He had already composed a marvelous commentary on the Gospel of Matthew while in Poitiers, and now he set his mind to his greatest work, De Trinitate. Drawing from his classical education, his knowledge of Greek, his love for the scriptures, and from the ignorance of Arianism itself, Bishop Hilary composed a comprehensive defense of the doctrine of the Trinity as it was taught in the Nicene Creed. Bishop Hilary caused so much trouble for the Arians in Phrygia that the Arian bishops pleaded with the emperor to send him back home, a request the emperor honored. On his return to Poitiers, Bishop Hilary took the long way home through Greece and Italy, preaching all the way, weeding out the beginnings of Arianism in the Western Church. His effectiveness came not only from his clear teaching, but also from the conciliatory approach and resolute determination. Back in Poitiers, he continued to preach, write, and attend councils, and even compose hymns. The hymns were his way of introducing the doctrines of the faith to the people of God in songs. He was a true pastor who born with a desire that everyone come to a deeper knowledge of the one God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Hilary of Poitiers died in 368. He is the Saint to call on against snake bites. Saint Hilary of Poitiers, pray for us.
All right. Thank you very much, Evelyn, for that. I hope you guys emulate the life of the saint. Now back to our conversation. You were telling us about annulment and divorce. Can you please explain the differences between these two?
Okay. For divorce, we know that the Catholic Church does not welcome or subscribe to divorce.
So to answer that question,
no. There's a complete no.
Yeah.
Now for annulment simply means that the wedding never took place. And what is the reason why the wedding never took place? Because it was entered in deceit. There was a lie. There was something fraudulent somewhere that was not seen. And how do we get to this level of annulment? There is a tribunal.
Okay.
Every diocese should have a tribunal that looks into cases. And so the cases are looked into and determined there and is granted by the local ordinary. Again, annulment is not a replacement for divorce.
Okay. Annulment says that the marriage never existed. So what are the conditions for annulment? Because you mentioned that maybe the person got into it, person was deceived into it.
Main thing is deceit. And there are now, if you look at the impediments to marriage, maybe one of them was ignored. It calls for annulment.
What are the impediments?
There are about 10 or 12 impediments to marriage. If someone has been married before, if someone was in a priest cannot get married, marries in vain, or someone in the religious life marries in vain, or like you killed somebody to marry another person.
Wow, all those Nollywood.
Yeah, so in vain do you get married, because saying that marriage is still dead, marriage is still dead, do you part. You now kill your spouse to get married to another person. It was not validly done. So there are other impediments. Deceit again. You deceived somebody. Someone that is impotent that gets married is called for annulment because the person was lying all through and saying, let's save the sex to the wedding day. And knowing that you are impotent. And so it calls for annulment immediately.
What if I had other children?
Now, other children without revealing it before the marriage. Now, this is part of sincerity. There's no sincerity in that marriage because fidelity cannot be. Because if you're not sincere, in vain does fidelity stay on in that marriage. Okay,
so I think what I get from what all you've said is that for the Catholic Church to actually, grant that decree of annulment, it must be that the marriage was, entered into in deceit.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Not that you entered it knowingly and then eventually you now say, well, I cannot do it again with this person. All right, cool. All right, so I'd like to ask you, who can annul a marriage? Because now you just mentioned a tribunal, bishop, but who exactly has the power to annul a marriage?
The ecclesial authority, which is the tribunal, and the local ordinary, which is the bishop, has the final say.
Okay. I used to think that it had to come from Rome.
Now, yes, it used to come from Rome, but our present Pope Francis gave the authority to the local ordinary because it was taking time. Some annulments were taking like 10 years, 20 years, and people are waiting for answers from the church authority, which is in Rome. And so Pope Francis gave that to the local ordinary, who is the bishop, to grant that.
Okay, so another question. Can a Catholic marry a divorced non-Catholic?
Key question. A divorced non-Catholic. I think in Matthew says, he who marries someone that is divorced commits adultery. So if that is clear, you're committing adultery. If someone marries who is divorced, is committing adultery. So why are you entering that game?
Wow.
So is a no.
A no. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go on a break. It's time for us to meet EleFaChi for the Know Your Faith session. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Why do we even have societies in the church? I be who society help? As far as I manage to go church, I don't try. Or you belong to the, I'm too busy. I don't have time to go for meetings. This episode is for you. Hello people, it's your girl EleFaChi, and on today's episode, we'll be looking at the benefits of joining societies in the church. First things first, we know society, group, association, or organization refers to voluntary and durable association of number of persons who pledge themselves to work together to obtain a special goal. Now, joining societies is not for God. Rather, it's for your own good because, one, it gives you the opportunity to express and learn more about the faith. At each meeting, you pray together, read and discuss God's word in the Bible, and encourage each other to follow Christ more deeply. Two, it creates room for interpersonal interaction. You know, a parish could be large, but societies makes it feel smaller and allow for real Christ-centered relationships to develop. Fact is, in all the hustle and bustle of modern life, we all need a space where we can meet Christ in his word and in company of other people. Three, it makes it easy to contribute to the church through works like the church wedding, altar servers, those that clean the church, and others. You know that without these groups, it will be difficult to go to the priest directly and volunteer to do these works. Four, being together increases spiritual fervor. For instance, take a look at coal. When coals are together, it keeps the fire burning. It doesn't run out. Same happens when we are with the community of believers. Our fire to worship and serve God keeps burning. We inspire one another, pray and encourage each other, and it only proves that we are better together. Five, it is the easiest means through which parishioners can share their issues and get help. Remember that pursuing and serving God together is far more beneficial than doing it on your own. So, which society, group, or organization do you belong to? And if you're not in any, which will you join today? Tell me in the comments. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share this video. And as always, be bold, be Catholic. Bye.
All right, thank you so much, EleFaChi, for that faith session. All right, back to our conversation. We're still talking annulment now in the Catholic Church. So what is the process of annulment? How can a person go about it? What do you have to do?
For annulment, the church cannot just come to your house and
Obviously.
annul you. So you have to start the process. And of course, the process will always start from one person.
Yeah.
One of the spouses.
Yes.
So you go to the tribunal, or you go to your priest, first of all, the parish, especially the parish where you wedded. Because when anything will be communicated, they will refer back to where were you wedded or where you had your marriage course. Because it begins with order. So when people run away from things, they don't know that the repercussion comes in the future. Yeah, so you go back, where did this person start the process for this wedding? And so the parish will be communicated, the priest will be communicated. And again, you know, the parish priest actually, in quote, is the one that weds the people in his parish. The other priest can assist in carrying out if he's not available or order. But in the name, is his name that is there. That is the parish priest. So the parish will be contacted. Then the parish priest takes it up to the tribunal level. And in the Archdiocese of Lagos, I think Monsignor Ten and co are in that tribunal. And there are priests on the and also lay people on the tribunal that listen to the case by case and sieve it and know if it's actually worth it to annul the wedding, or it's just something flippant, or this person is actually looking for a divorce and the Catholic Church is not granting you a divorce, because the cases will be looked at.
Okay.
And well, surprisingly, people should know that it's paid for.
Oh,
you have to pay for it. So it's not just you wake up and...
Pay heavily or pay if...
Well, it's more like it's a tribunal. When you have to go to the lawyer, what do? You pay. So you have to pay for services. Documentations are being carried out and all that.
Do we pay for marriage? Do we pay to have the wedding?
Do you pay to have the wedding?
Pay for marriage, like in the church.
Pay in what sense?
You just said you can.
Documentations. You pay for documentations and all that.
Okay, so those ones are like but the annulments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember that the sacrament is free. All sacraments are free. Yeah. You don't pay for a sacrament.
Okay.
You cannot. Yeah, documentation and all that.
All right. So yeah, that's the process. It starts with the parish priest.
Yeah, it starts with the parish where you wedded.
Okay.
Yes.
So now my next question. We have cases where the marriage fulfilled all necessary conditions, everything went well. But then along the line, we hear that change is constant. People change, certain things come up. We have cases of infidelity, we have somebody might just get tired of being with one particular person or something, or you just see that it's not working. Maybe you now realize that your life goals are different from my life goals and all of that. And then the partners, since they cannot get a divorce or an annulment, decide to be separated. Now, can a separated person be allowed to receive communion? Is it okay in the eyes of the church for, married couples to be separated?
Let's wait. Let's wait. You have jammed a lot of things and landed on separation.
Okay.
How do we get separation? One criteria you put up is not just right. When someone is tired, in quote, tired and does not feel like he can go our separate ways.
People get tired.
And can that person be allowed to receive communion? Now, we need to be careful.
Okay.
We're in a world where many things are happening and relativism is taking place. Your truth and my truth, their truth, the world's truth. Where is the main truth? What is the truth? Now, the truth of the matter here is that for separation to take place, the culture recognizes separation.
Okay.
Very true. And in quote, grants separation. Now, what is the main goal of separation? The main goal of separation is for healing to take place and for them to come back together.
Okay.
And what causes separation? Maybe there's battery or there's an extreme case of life-threatening situation. So the scenario you gave, there's no life-threatening situation. I just feel like I'm tired of this. You can't be tired. It's till death. Because at the altar, you took a vow.
Yeah.
Till death do you pass. And that's why people are encouraged every year, renew your marriage vow. To remind you of that thing that you said at the altar. And so when people are celebrating 50 years in marriage, 50 years with this person, really? You try, because it's not easy. And there are children and all that. And to me, every time I always use the example, and I can't stop talking about, though they are not Catholics, but I love their example. The two of them are late now, Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, the Duke of, was it Edinburgh? They stayed together for 73 years. It's not easy. And knowing that they are celebrities and with all that the world has thrown at them, and they were together for 73 years. Imagine people staying together for 73 years. That's somebody's age.
Yes.
And two people. Now, in marriage, there are things that matter. Communication. And not just communication, effective communication. It helps the marriage. And that's one of the things that is taught in marriage course. Effective communication. Do you understand yourselves? Are you compatible? Even if you're not compatible at the beginning, you learn it. And you become compatible. Again, a key ingredient for marriage is forgiveness. Remember that you're not perfect, the other person is not perfect. So stop looking for a perfect human being. The only perfect human being, we don't even have a perfect human being. Or even the perfect human being that we could talk about is Jesus Christ. And it's only God that is perfect. And again, we say to people, don't marry somebody that are going to change the person. You are not a change agent. You are not God. So in vain do you carry that mission of, I'm going to change this person. No, never. You can't achieve it.
Will change it.
So marriage does not change somebody. So if you are on that mission to use marriage to change somebody, sorry, you are on rocky ground that will faint or that will choke, and the cares of this world will throw you away. And so when we come to this separation thing, like I said, life-threatening situation or battery or is too extreme, and they have to actually separate these two people for a period of time. But sometimes in Nigeria, what I also see is that when people are separated, the lady is quick to revert to her maiden name. And yes, I'm Miss. It's not a time to quickly revert to your maiden name. It's a time for healing to take place between the two parties and for reconciliation to take place. Again, when I talk about this separation, I remind people, when 5 children are involved, remember that these children will take sides. especially when they are matured.
Yes.
They will take side because they are watching. And I also I teach ethics in school, and there's a part to talk about family relationships. When you talk about family relationships, when some people are talking, I ask this question: are you talking from experience? I know you're not married. Are you talking from the marriage you're seeing in your front, which is your father and mother, or you're talking from the marriage you see on television? So these are things. Where is this child, or where are these children viewing their way of seeing marriage? What has the parent put in front of them?
Yeah.
And so when we get to this point of separation, two people are separated. Like the cases we hear, the father is your father's turn to pick the child from school, or is the mother's turn to pick the child from a school, and now land on social media. Then the social media in-laws will judge cases when we don't keep our marriage private.
Okay, we're running out of time.
Yeah, so we need to be careful. So separation is not in the line that you brought it over. I'm tired. I need space. Let me stay away.
So the church doesn't recognize that one.
No.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew.
Thank you very much.
You could go on and on and on, I know. But yes, we get it. Yes, the church does not give or grant divorce. We have annulment in the cases where the marriage was, entered into in deceit. And then for life-threatening cases, the church grants separation for a period of time so that healing can take place. All in all, before you get into marriage, understand that it's not beans. It's not easy. You have to be prepared for it. Don't rush yourself. Make sure, it's a vocation. Yes. So make sure that you know exactly what it is you're getting into. And I wish you luck in your marriage. Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew, for coming on the show. Guys, don't forget we're on YouTube at Dominican Media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share this video. Drop your comments. Like the video. And, just keep spreading the word here and there. We're also on social media at CFF on TV. I remain Marianne Ushi. And until next time, keep being saints in jeans and shirts. Bye.